Hi guys, welcome back to the channel for episode 2 of my jungle waterfall. If you haven't checked out episode 1, it might be worth having a quick look. I mean, it'll be 5 minutes of your life you won't get back, but you might be able to take something from it. But anyway, as you can see, we made good progress today on the waterfall. We've been out here most of the day, probably about 4 or 5 hours. There's a thick fog that's descended on us, which looks pretty cool from up the jungle garden. I'll try and take some pictures of that for you. But yeah, back to the point. As you can see, we've made good progress today. We've got to the point now where the rocks are all pretty much where I need them to be. There's a few more things I need to tweak, but I'm really happy with today's progress. So as you see the rocks now, I think that's where we're going to leave those. The next stage will be cementing them from behind, not from the front, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But yeah, let me run you through what we've been up to today. Okay, so if you've watched other videos of ours, you'll know that my jungle garden surrounds my koi pond. It's almost like a wrap-round L shape, which means accessing the pond from the jungle side is a bit of a mission. As you can see by this video, they're surrounded by big palm trees. There's a huge laurel. There's various other shrubs and climbers, one of which being this Miscanthus giganteus. Now, because it's almost bamboo-like, we keep hold of the old canes and reuse them for things like thatching some of the shacks we've got in the garden. Sometimes I use it for like cladding a fence panel if there's an ugly piece of timber that I want to cover or hide. It's just a good way of reusing things. There was a lot of old leaf matter that was in amongst the rhizomes and the ground level, so what I'll do is I'll clear these canes out, I'll put those to one side, and then we'll reuse the leaf matter. It's just a mulch. Miscanthus is fully hardy where we are down on the southeast coast, but you know, if it's there, then I'll use it. But you can see here, as I'm taking out canes, it's starting to access the area I need, which will be for the waterfall, and where that will be at the back of the pond. Ideally, I'd like to leave the Miscanthus as it is, probably until March time, when you start seeing new growth. That's normally when I cut back the canes, but obviously there you go, you can see it there, huge great big pile. Those leaves will go back into that pile there just as a mulch, just until I start to see new growth next year, and then I'll remove it. But you can see it's already cleared quite a big area ready for me to access this pond area. Now that's where the waterfall is going to be built. The next section to be removed is the small fence panel to the left hand side. Now originally I was going to remove the right hand fence panel that you can see on top of the wall, but I think at the moment, with the weather as it is and the limited time I've got and the limited daylight we've got at the moment, I think I'm just going to do it in sections. So we're going to start with the left hand side by removing this and clearing that area, and I think I'll join it up onto the right hand side, and then what we'll do, we'll remove that fence panel at a later date. And as mentioned in the first video, the filter box is behind that panel, so it's going to need some sort of fiberglass rock effect cover. I think would be the best way to incorporate that in. I don't want the fence panel there; it doesn't look great anymore, and I think a rock waterfall at a high level will look a lot better. Okay, the next is to shut off the pond filtration and remove the outlet pipe, which will be replaced back and built into the waterfall, which we'll see in the next section. But it's quite a simple job. It's just a little bit of a fight, but there we go. You can see there's a lot of power cables for the garden lighting that are intertwined. Now the garden's been growing for 5 years, so just being careful cutting that Miscanthus was a good idea, because I don't want to go for any power cables. Now I've got some offcuts of butyl rubber liner from previous projects, so I've laid those on top of the brick wall, just as an additional protection for the liner. Now this liner I'm putting in here is actually an offcut of some bamboo rhizome barrier that I had left, and if anyone's used bamboo rhizome barrier, they'll know it's super thick, it's almost impenetrable. So that's what I'm going to use as my top liner. It shouldn't have any problems with the weight of the rocks going on it. Now this is my takeoff rock, which will be the base of the waterfall and which will hold the rest of the rock work. Now as you can see, it's a bloody struggle. I could have done with Ollie here today, but never mind, we'll fight on as we are. My back's killing me this afternoon, but there you go, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? See me struggling to wiggle that in. The main thing is it's tight and there's enough liner. If you give yourself enough slack on the liner, you shouldn't have any problems. Just make sure the liner's not too tight and you've got plenty of spare either side and at the back. Otherwise you're going to have problems with leaks and bits and bobs. Now when you're laying the liner out in any pond or any waterfall or stream, it is always handy to have a few bricks or rocks knocking about near you, just so you can keep the liner in check. You can see me doing it there. Now we turn the pond on, and that's the old outlet pipe put back in. Now you can see it's not quite coming out how it should, it's at the wrong angle. Now because I've done previous projects before with koi ponds and streams and waterfalls and things, you tend to collect over the years different fixtures and fittings and things. So what I need to do now is, now I'm happy with that's not going to leak and the rock's in the right place, have a little play with the outlet position. Now I've been up in the loft and I've got a 45 degree, so the intention is to take that 45 degree elbow off and put a 45 on it, and that should change the position of the water or direction of the water more into the pond and more over the takeoff rock. So this is what I'm doing now, just remove the outlet again, give it a little wiggle. Basically just flipped it around the other end, so 45 degree on the actual filter box, which leaves the other end of the outlet clear, and then the 45 degree angle will be put on. It's just push fit, so it's quite easy to do. Okay, so I was happy with the direction of the water. You can see there it's coming out the centre of the rock now. I wanted to raise it up a tad just to give it a little bit more height and give me a few more opportunities to direct the water in different angles and different tiers, just to add effect really. And you can see by the end product in a bit that it did work really well. So once I was happy with the direction and the height, turn the pond on and see what the water direction was looking like. And you can see here as it powers up, it's looking much better and it's looking a little bit more waterfally. Using that main takeoff rock and the one above it as well. So yeah, I was happy with the base rock, and then it came time to start stacking the other rocks up and around and having a little play with those and securing that liner in a little bit better. Give you a little tip, it is a great idea to get a huge collection of different sized rocks, different shapes. You never know what you're going to need, and to make a waterfall look half natural, you need rocks of different sizes and shapes. Try and keep the same type of rock. I've used Kent ragstone for mine and throughout the jungle garden as well, so yeah, try and keep it uniform. It makes the whole garden tie together a little bit better. As you can see, with a little bit of play and a few more different sized rocks, it's starting to look good, and it's also left me the opportunity to go up the right side as well once that other panel's removed, with a second tier takeoff. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. All I need to do now is probably just tie in that side with the left hand side, and yeah. As always guys, thanks again for clocking in. If you haven't seen the first one, as I say, clock back, you'll find it in there somewhere. There's a ton of other videos as well that you might be interested in, mine and Ollie's garden projects throughout this year and going into next year as well. So I hope you can take something from this, and we'll see you in the next one.